Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 5th of July going through until Sunday the 11th of July 2021. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to give you a rundown of what the planets are doing this week and what energy they create amongst themselves and how that's going to influence you this week. And the thinking behind this is to look at the energy so that you can use it to your advantage and you can have the best time possible. So what I noticed when I was writing this horoscope is that Saturn appears as a very stern, kind of strict head teacher type of figure. It opposes the personal planets quite a bit. So there may be this sense of it's me versus the world, me against the rules and what other people think and what ought to be. It's kind of, it puts you on an island on your own and it makes you feel somewhat put upon at times. So just be aware of that and take care of yourself for the whole week and just make sure that you give yourself the support that you need and that you're entitled to. So on Monday, the 5th of July, we've got the moon in Taurus. So that gives you a real creative edge. You're able to look at things, you have an appreciation for the beautiful and for the finer things in life, and you can adapt your circumstances to make them look and feel better. It sextiles Neptune and Pisces. Neptune is an outer planet. It's the planet of dreams and intuition, and it rules Pisces. So that really just opens the door for you to feel things quite profoundly and to have really amazing emotional experiences. You know, sometimes if you're dreaming or if you're trying to conjure up some sort of an image in your mind's eye, sometimes it can seem really flimsy and just kind of very faint and it doesn't really do much. And then other times you just close your eyes and suddenly you're getting all these visions and everything sparkles and shines. Monday, the 5th of July is one of those days where everything just seems to take on a life of its own. So if you're a creative type, if you're a composer or an artist or a designer, or you work with the physical world in some way with crystals, anything like that, Monday is going to work really, really well for you. The Taurus moon also trines Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is the planet of transformation and change, the phoenix rising from the ashes, and Capricorn is the sign of the worker. So you'll really be able to kind of reinvent yourself and you'll get this amazing sense of renewal when it comes to your work and your circumstances. You suddenly see the potential in everything and what you can do to make it look better. So it's that inner imagination has a real connection to the outside world and you're the thing that kind of connects the two. So that makes you feel super empowered. The sun is in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It's a cardinal sign that really allows you to tap into your intuition, but it also gives you a strong focus on the family. And it may make you feel like other people's feelings and their happiness is your responsibility. And that's, you can't be responsible for other people's feelings. And if you try and make everyone happy, one, it's going to be incredibly time consuming. And two, it doesn't usually work because people are going to feel what they feel regardless of what you do. But it sextiles Uranus in Taurus. So the way you can actually adapt your physical, tangible circumstances, you can make relationships better. So if you need to have a sit down with someone and you need to kind of get some things off your chest or you need to reach some sort of agreement in like we need to treat each other with more respect, that kind of thing, it can really work well on Monday and you really can turn a corner in one of your relationships if one of them has been problematic. So on Monday the 5th, you are in dream mode fully and you imagine what your life could be. And it's very easy to understand what you truly want out of life. So make real plans and don't compare yourself. Some unexpected news may unsettle you and will add something else to put onto your to-do list, which is going to be pretty long already. So the interesting thing is that you're kind of being pushed and pulled on Monday the 5th. So one, you have this amazing imagination and creativity, but then with the sun in Cancer, family and relationships may demand a lot of your attention. And then you may have a lot of other things that are kind of pulling you away from this creative process. So really deliberately try and make some time to get creative or to adapt things. And it doesn't have to be huge. I mean, you don't have to paint the Mona Lisa. It could be simply taking your house or your flat where you live and changing things around so that you feel a little bit more comfortable and that you feel at home. On Tuesday, the 6th of July, we've got the moon going into Gemini at 3:24 in the morning. Gemini is an air sign. It's about communication and it's about putting communication out there. It's ruled by Mercury, the communication planet, and that rules Virgo and Gemini. So when it's in Virgo, it's about listening and learning and analyzing and making sense of things. And when it's in Gemini, it's about enjoying the certainty that you know what you're talking about, that you already have made sense of things, and that it's now your turn to speak and to communicate. So that's going to really give you a sense of enthusiasm, and I can do things, and life can be easy and fun and positive, and I get to share my views and opinions. And it really kind of, if you felt a little bit oppressed or like no one wants to hear what you've got to say, the moon in Gemini really sorts that out for you. The Gemini moon then also squares Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system, and it represents good luck and expansion and growth and good fortune. So that imaginative, creative ability gets even bigger on Tuesday, but now you're able to articulate that very well without being so distracted. It sextiles Venus in Leo. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and creativity, and Leo wants to shine. So both these days, Monday and Tuesday, with Tuesday even more so, you really feel entitled to share your wonderful, beautiful insights. And that's important. You know, like if you're a florist, if no one felt that they had an ability to create beautiful bouquets and to make the world look better, then we wouldn't have that. So you really feel able to make things more pleasant, and that life is to be lived. It's not just to pay bills and to struggle and to get through it. And also to have fun and to enjoy other people and to tell jokes and to explore and to put yourself in the limelight and to experience nerves and to perform and to do all these wonderful, challenging and invigorating things. It trines Saturn, it being the moon in Gemini, it trines Saturn in Aquarius. So that may now give you the first sense of resistance that, ooh, I need to be careful with what I say. Someone may be judging me. And it sextiles Chiron in Aries. So ultimately, it's going to be much better for you to express yourself than to censor yourself. Watch out for that. It can come in really quite strongly on Tuesday. So, you know, with everything that's good, over these first 2 days, you get the opposite. So on Monday, you're super creative, but then other things are trying to distract you. On Tuesday, you're super articulate, but then you feel this sense of, ooh, I have to be really careful. What if I say the wrong thing? So it's not plain sailing. It's not that everything opens up. Everything has a bit of a hook attached to it in these first 2 days. Mercury in Gemini then squares Neptune in Pisces. So the creative aspect of things is really super powerful and helps you. Venus in Leo opposes Saturn in Aquarius. And that may make you feel a little bit sensitive, or it may make you feel like you're not good enough. Yes, I am creative and I'm articulate, but what if my work is subpar? Don't buy into that. It isn't subpar. It's unique to you. It's original content. So really honor that and stick with the good stuff and the things that make you feel good, and don't feed into self-doubt or judgments or criticism from other people. So on Tuesday, you'll have a very clear understanding of who you are and what you want. And unlike the day before, you may take it a little bit further, and you could feel hurt if your life doesn't reflect your inner reality. And it could be discouraging. It's like, why, if everything is so alive internally, why doesn't my life reflect that to me? So don't let yourself be put off. It doesn't reflect it yet. It doesn't mean it's not going to reflect it in future. So setbacks on Tuesday can feel like personal rejection. So really be kind to yourself. This is really the first day where Saturn makes a big appearance and starts to influence you like this. It is a great time to figure out what you want to do in life if you haven't been able to figure that out just yet. So if you don't know exactly what your life purpose is all about, ask yourself that question on Tuesday. It's crystal clear. Judgments, harsh statements, instructions by other people and directions may feel intimidating and scary and like you don't have a choice. Like you can't say, thanks for sharing, but no, I'm going to do it my way. You may feel this sense of obligation. Oh, someone in a position of authority told me to do something, so I have to do it. No. That's the simple answer. Okay. Wednesday, the 7th of July, we have the moon in Gemini forming a square with Neptune in Pisces. And the day before it was with Jupiter in Pisces. So the inner world is really supported in this first half of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you've always wanted to be a creative type, if you wanted to write your own music or some poetry, or you wanted to do a new dance routine, it's really important that you allow yourself to look into that, because it's really going to serve as evidence that yes, you are a creative person. Because look, you wrote this poem, or you set up this choreography. It can really cement this belief that you have something unique and original to share with the world. It sextiles Mars in Leo, so that's a little bit more, it's inherently has more friction in it, because it's like, I want to do these things, so I'm motivated to do it, but it also makes me a bit more fragile. If someone comes at me and says, oh, what a stupid poem you wrote, then that could feel really devastating and make you feel crushed. It conjuncts Mercury in Gemini, so it's very unlikely that the poem is going to be bad, because you're so able to translate your ideas and your thoughts into real words. Sometimes you will set out to paint something, or to write an essay, or anything that exists up here but that doesn't exist on planet Earth just yet, right? And sometimes it can come across as really, it doesn't match what you're feeling. But that's not the case this week. And the way the dreams felt very much alive on Monday, if you have an idea, if you've got something to say, you'll be able to express it beautifully on Wednesday. So really give yourself that chance. Excuse me. Every Sunday, I get a phone call exactly when I'm making this video. I've said, please don't call me on Sunday morning when I make my videos, but it doesn't work. I get the phone call every week. Every week. Okay. The Gemini moon also quincunxes Pluto in Capricorn. So these things that you're putting out there, they can really have a significant practical effect. So you can create the thing that you then look back on and say, wow, I must have been really inspired on that day because I came up with something fabulous. Venus is in Leo, and that trines Chiron in Aries. And that's really nice, because the frailty or sensitivity of Mars in Leo, it's like this ego, don't deflate me. And I feel very vulnerable to that. Is kind of mitigated by Venus in Leo, because it gives you this wonderful self-belief, and it shows you that you do deserve love, and that self-care and self-love is not just an option, it's a requirement. So you're really likely to be kind to yourself on Wednesday. So these are the perfect ingredients to really take a creative risk. And it trines Chiron in Aries. So again, it's important to take that step, because the outcome is likely to be so good that it shows you something about yourself that you hadn't realized before. I can write. I can string sentences together in a way that makes sense. Hooray! So evidence like that is really important, because if you go through life and you have a lot of negative experiences in one area, what tends to happen is that you're like, okay, well, this doesn't work for me. I've had all these negative experiences. Let me back off. Okay? But then if you have one or two positive experiences, it kind of opens up your mind, and it's like, well, maybe it's not so black and white. Maybe there is something there. And then if you tip the balance, the scale, and you have lots of positive experiences, you look at that thing differently, and you approach it with a much lighter energy. And then what's likely to happen is that that thing tends to work in your life. So building evidence is really important, because it affects your own energy and the way you react and the way you approach things. And that's really the key to most things. If you want to make new friends, but you're scared that everyone's going to dislike you, then you're going to shut yourself off. But if you're like, well, everyone else I've met in my life adores and loves me, so of course I'm going to make friends. You're going to approach those people with open arms, and the whole thing is going to be much easier. And that's why this personal evidence is really important. Okay, so on Wednesday the 7th, you're less inclined to comply and to agree, and you may get this urge to fight back. So if someone comes at you with the rules, you may blow up and really say, hang on a minute, whereas this kind of made me feel intimidated the day before, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm just as entitled to say what I think as you are. Thank you very much. At the same time, you're likely to read too much into things. That's Mars in Leo. And your reaction may be a little bit excessive. So again, this is the way you're now going to be distracted, potentially on Wednesday, that you overreact and then you have to kind of eat humble pie afterwards. Avoid that whole thing. It's better to get creative and also to plan your future and to look at your own hopes and dreams and how you can actualize those. That is going to have a much better payoff than letting yourself be pulled into conflict or arguments which really don't serve you at all. And that's negative evidence. Oh, I had another argument. I can't be that easy to get on with. You know, that kind of thing. Thursday, the 8th of July, we've got the Gemini moon now conjuncting Mercury in Gemini. So the communication stuff, it's like the dam bursts and it just flows. So if you have something to say and you found it impossible to say it or to write it or to express it, this is a really good week to just stand in your truth, to say, well, that's what I said. That's what I think. There it is. Take it or leave it. And it quincunxes Pluto in Capricorn. So that can have a major impact on your life. It can really change everything, your work, your relationships, the way you feel about yourself. The moon enters Cancer at 3:51 in the afternoon. So things turn inward again as the day goes on, and you're not as extroverted, you become more introverted. And again, the focus starts to land on other people's feelings and how you influence those. So this window opens up on Tuesday and Wednesday. And if you're trying to get something out, use that time to really do that. It closes again here on Thursday afternoon. The Cancer moon then trines Jupiter in Pisces. So the introversion isn't a bad thing because it puts you back in touch with this spiritual quality, the imagination, the creativity. So it's kind of in and out, in and out. You're doing the inner research, the imagination, then you get to express it. And then on Thursday, you go back in for more research, for more material that's going to reveal itself to you. Mercury in Gemini, quincunxes Pluto in Capricorn. So yeah, words have a strong impact on Thursday. I was reading some gossip rag this morning, and I've always been a big fan of Prince Harry. I've always loved him. I think he's great. I met him in Brighton. That was the best thing that happened to me in Brighton. And he did this interview with Oprah, and he was talking about, it was very shocking. I'm sure you've heard of it. And the outcome, as far as this gossip rag was saying, is that no one in the royal family is now willing to speak to him because they don't trust that he isn't going to run to the media and share that. So you see, these are the kind of effects that you couldn't really plan for, that other people can take on board. So they're not focusing on the content of what he said. They're just focusing on the fact that he was willing to speak up and that he was open with the public. And now they're like, well, I can't tell him anything because he's going to run to Oprah. I don't want all my business out there. So you can see both sides, but really it's kind of, some people will often take they'll have a completely different takeaway from what you were intending, and you can't always plan for those. So that's what happens on Thursday. Venus in Leo squares Uranus in Taurus, so chaotic effects and things that you couldn't really foresee and plan for. So for you personally, more dramatic news could fill your day with unwanted errands and force you to do certain things and to have to run around taking care of things. Every demand placed on you will feel like a massive obligation, so you're still very sensitive and you're taking this very seriously. And that gives you this sense that you can't relax and enjoy yourself until you've completed all the tasks that are required of you. So you feel pressured. It can make you feel obsessive and tense. Try to do as much as you can manage. And don't feel guilty if you don't get everything done. There's only so much time in a day. And you're not Superman. I mean, you can only do so much. So give yourself a break there. On Friday, the 9th of July, we've got the Cancer moon forming a conjunction with the Sun in Cancer. So relationships are very important now. And that really closes things down. And it's like, I can't say this. What if my mother disapproves? I don't want to upset anybody. So that's again why Tuesday and Wednesday are really important for you to write your autobiography or to speak your truth. If you're going to write an autobiography, you're always going to upset someone. That's why a lot of them are done, like, that's why often you get the real story after that person has passed away. And that's a real judgment call. But are you going to align yourself with the truth or with other people's opinions? And that's not easy. So I'm under no illusion that this is just like, oh, okay, let me just tell everything and completely alienate all the people in my life. But on Friday, you're very unlikely to speak up because other people's influence on your life seems so important. The Cancer moon also squares Chiron in Aries, so you're still able to take care of yourself very well. It sextiles Uranus and Taurus, so you can navigate unforeseen circumstances a little bit more easily. And it quincunxes Saturn in Aquarius. Oh, those are the rules? Yes, I will obey. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, we don't like that. The sense that some burden is hovering over you continues. It's like the sword of Damocles. You may also be working too hard and may not recognize that you need to recharge your batteries as well. And Chiron in Aries allows you to tap into that and say, hey, actually, maybe I need a break. Give yourself some time and do something nice just for you. Detox negativity by taking a salt bath or by sitting in a jacuzzi or by going swimming. The connection with water is really strong, and by tapping into that in some way, you're going to really feel like you're getting rid of things that are holding you down and making you feel smaller. On Saturday, the 10th of July, the Cancer moon opposes Pluto in Capricorn and it trines Neptune in Pisces. So the focus on relationships is still there. However, the outside world also demands your attention and you get a sense of distance and a feeling that I can't just take care of you and your feelings. I also have a job and I need to look after my dog and I might have to buy some new clothes. I'm sorry to give such a mundane example, but really concrete everyday things are going to feel much more important, and you naturally sense that you can't devote yourself 100% to one person because you have other things to do. So it's easier to manage your schedule on Saturday. Also, the Cancer moon trines Neptune in Pisces. So we're returning to the energy of Monday where you're so tapped into your own dreams and passions and desires, and to the extent where you can manifest them really easily on Saturday. So it's important to dream. It's important to give yourself that time and space to say, oh, isn't this wonderful? If this were to happen to me, wouldn't that be great? Because you can actually then get concrete guidance on what steps you can take to make that thing real. And it's instant manifestation on Saturday the 10th, because a long-term passion or desire is going to be realized. It's a great day, particularly for personal relationships, but not ones where you feel obligated to be the carer, the caregiver. It's relationships where you get something in return, romantic relationships, friendships. And some big news are likely to come your way on Saturday the 10th. Good news. So really pay attention to that, and also look how you can then take that information and run with it, but also behind the scenes kind of look at what news you get internally and what you would really like to happen and how you can realize that in the real world, how you can actualize it. So it's a good day to meditate or to kind of do a vision board and to look at that and then to say, okay, these are my dreams. I've got those down now. How am I going to make these happen? And then you'll get some concrete guidance that says, maybe go here, or try applying to this job, or maybe turn this around and behave differently in this relationship and see what happens. You'll get some really specific information coming in that says, okay, this is the first step you can take to get to this desire. And it's going to all happen very quickly. So it might be that things really start to take off and you feel like you're running with it on Saturday, and it's very, very busy and intense. On Sunday, the 11th of July, we've got the moon going into Leo at 2:21 in the morning. So the moon in Leo is fun-loving, and it's confident, and it says, I have the right to speak. I am a leader. I'm a natural leader. I can also entertain other people, and I have something special that resides right here that is super valuable that I can use to create a wonderful life for myself. The sun rules Leo, and it makes sense because the sun is the center of our solar system, obviously, and it's the source of all power and warmth. And with the moon going into Leo, that warmth and power now sits in your feelings and it applies to you. So you feel really good about yourself on Sunday. Mercury enters Cancer at 10:35 in the evening. So that again takes the focus away from your abilities, and it makes relationships seem very important again. The Leo moon then opposes Saturn in Aquarius. So this poor little luminary, the moon, against the giant Saturn in Aquarius, these are the rules and the laws. But the moon in Leo is so strong that you're not going to be intimidated by that on Sunday. And the moon also trines Chiron in Aries, so you have a personal responsibility to yourself to live a good life. That's beyond question. And that's really freeing, because it's like, do these rules make me feel better, or do they make my life bigger, or do they make me feel oppressed? Oh, oppressed. Okay, no thanks. It's really very simple for you on Sunday. It's fab. And it squares Uranus and Taurus. So you like a bit of chaos, you're free to do as you please, and you're not going to tolerate anything that tries to restrict you. So on Sunday, you're so fired up that circumstances which felt daunting earlier in the week are now really easy to deal with. Hooray. So easy, in fact, that you may come across as uncaring or dismissive. I'm laughing because a lot of people, and this week is going to be one of those weeks where other people's disapproval or someone saying to you, you know what, you just dismissed me the other day. I was trying to say something really important, which was actually a rule or a criticism or some sort of judgment, and you just kind of waved me away. I felt really hurt by that. Sometimes you need to let other people know that you're not at their beck and call. And I'm laughing because you'll be able to, like, if you get that message from someone, like, you know what, when I was telling you what you should be doing with your life and you said no to me, that really hurt my feelings. It's meant to hurt their feelings, because that person isn't meant to tell you how to run your life. You don't always have to be nice, you know. You don't. That always boggles me. Like, you know, if someone is having an argument, like if you watch this on TV or you overhear it of someone, and the response from the other person is, oh, that wasn't nice. It's like, where did you get this expectation that other people are always going to be nice to you? Okay, reality check. It's not your job to get everyone to like you or to approve of what you're doing. And I really don't think you're going to be under much illusion that that is your task in life on Sunday. So that's super freeing. And again, if you have something that you know is going to be controversial, but you really are committed to it and you want to get it out there, then Sunday is a good time to look into that and to get your point across. More bells. I know you guys said you liked the bells, and when I first moved here, I was like, oh yeah, no, they're not going to bother me. The bells are lovely. They're so atmospheric and stuff. They are absolutely doing my head in. Every 15 minutes, I know exactly what time it is, and I don't want to know what time it is all the time. And even I'm going a little bit overboard because and I don't even know if it's a Catholic church. But my relationship with the Catholic Church has always been very negative. And I read in the news the other day that in Italy, the Vatican kind of put in a veto against gay people being discriminated. They want to let that continue, obviously, as the Vatican would. So I read that a few weeks ago, and it's just been ruminating in my head. And now it's not just that the bells are noisy, it's turned into this resentment. It's like, look at the arrogance of the Catholic Church, that they think they can create all this audio pollution for everyone else. Just because they have a church standing there, we all have to listen to it. Yeah, I need to get over that. And I think, anyway, I'm sorry, I don't want to read too much into it. But that kind of thing for me is a good indicator of where I am spiritually. Like if something that I once liked, I start to hate, then I often think, what has shifted? And if I start to really, if my head is being done in by the bells going, then either I feel pressured for time, because it's like, I don't want to know what time it is, so I feel like I've got too much to do. Or if I get a resentment like that, like a ludicrous resentment like that one about the Catholic Church or something, then I need to look at why I feel so righteous. So anyway, that's just a pointless aside. All right, so that's your horoscope for this week. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. Oh, and please, there's always on social media and stuff, there are always people who are gonna impersonate other people and try and scam people and stuff. So I'm never gonna ask you for payments or anything via a Cash App or WhatsApp or Instagram or anything like that. It's always just the website where it's super safe and secure via PayPal. If someone, and I don't contact people saying, oh, just, send me money to this Cash App address. I would never do that, okay? So if you do want a reading with me, only go to my website, gregoryscott.com. That's the only way it's done, because it's, above board and secure, and PayPal is secure. So in my personal readings, I use astrology and the tarot and numerology. I combine them all, and I use my intuition as well. So if you have any questions about your life purpose, or you're thinking of moving, where to move, when is a good time to move, spiritual development, romantic relationships, love life, children, health, work, daily routine, colleagues, anything really, the birth chart is fabulous because I take your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth, and that gives me a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. And that tells me a lot about you and what things are kind of destined, excuse me, and where you have a lot of choice. So I can answer a lot of those questions. And then I put the progress chart around it, the transits. I look at your astrocartography and I use the cards. And with those tools, I can really look at what's coming up over the next few months and years. I can answer specific questions. I can see how you've changed over time. And if you're on track with that, your life purpose, what areas contain what energy for you. So it's really an amazing, I've been doing this for 7-8 years now. And I'm still blown away at the information I get from a chart. It's just amazing. So yes, if you would like a personal reading with me, then please go to the website, gregoryscott.com, and order it there. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous week, and I'll speak to you next week. All the best.